very much. Michigan fans and the college football world has been looking forward to this upcoming moment for quite some time as the former Michigan star quarterback Jim Harbaugh makes his debut as the head coach of the Wolverines.
I don't think there's been a more hyped or anticipated coaching debut that I can remember in our sport. And it's that way because Jim Harbaugh could have gone anywhere in America in any level and been the head coach. It was that way because he's a winner. He's proved himself time and time again. Jim Harbaugh chose to come home to Michigan, and the Michigan Jim Harbaugh era starts tonight in Salt Lake City.
And the big question is, who will be the starting quarterback? And we're going to find out. We tried to find out earlier. No word out of Ann Arbor, no word out of Salt Lake City.
Listen, no one knows except for Jim Harbaugh and the guy that's going to run out there and take that first snap. I happen to believe that it's going to be Jake Rudock. He took the first snap of the team period here in the warm-up section for Michigan. Now, Shane Morris also took a lot of snaps. I think we may see both guys tonight. Rudock is the graduate transfer for Iowa. He only threw 5 interceptions a year ago. That's important because Michigan turned the ball over way too much a year ago. He's got to make great decisions for Michigan in order to win, in particular with Jim Harbaugh's scheme and that run-oriented style that he likes to play.
Meanwhile, for Utah, folks, we're going to get an opportunity to see one of the most dynamic, one of the most electric, one of the most versatile running backs in all of the nation. Devontae Booker can flat out play.
Listen, he's one of the most versatile players in America, and he is a Heisman contender. 1,500 yards a year ago. He was all-conference in the Pac-12. 800 yards after contact. He runs with toughness and will. But here's the special part about Devontae Booker. He's a threat on third down. He was second leading receiver on this Utah team. And Dennis Erickson, his coach, told us he's got the best hands of any running back he's ever coached. Devontae Booker is a star.
Speaking of toughness and will, time to join the third member of our team on the sideline, Boss Lady Molly McGrath.
Thank you, Gus. Well, I talked to Coach Jim Harbaugh before the game, and he told me that he slept like a baby last night, but he still wouldn't reveal who Michigan's starting quarterback is. But as Joel mentioned, during pregame warmups, it was Jake Rudock who's taken snaps from starting center Graham Glasgow, and Rudock's body language was calm and confident, as if he was going to get that start tonight, guys.
And here come the Michigan Wolverines. The Jim Harbaugh era has begun as Michigan comes into Salt Lake City to take on the mighty Utes.
The identity of Jim Harbaugh football teams have always been about toughness, making very few mistakes. And Jake Rudock, in his first game as a Wolverine, most likely will be charged with having the keys to Jim Harbaugh's offense.
But standing in their way of a successful debut, these men. 9 wins a season ago. Here come the Utes. They're expecting their 32nd straight sellout tonight in Salt Lake City. A great scene here. Coming up, Michigan and Jim Harbaugh taking on Utah. College football presented by Geico. Rice Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. Capacity listed at 45,000. All-time crowd 47,619. They're expected to set new records because Michigan is in town ready to take on the Utes. So Michigan won the toss, deferred. Utah will receive. One question answered right now for Michigan. Their kick-off person, Kenny Allen from Fenton, Michigan, will send it away. Number 91, Corey Butler-Bird, Bubba Poole back deep, and we're underway from Salt Lake City. This one kicked in the back of the end zone, and Butler-Bird will just grab it As Utah's offense prepares to come onto the field, 3 things you need to know when Utah has the ball.
Everybody in this building and across America knows that Devontae Booker is going to get the ball about 30 times. This guy is the best player on the field, and he has to show that tonight for Utah to be a winner. Jabril Peppers for Michigan. He's as talented as anybody out there. Look for him in all 3 phases, special teams and possibly on offense as well. Love his talent. And then the special teams for Utah. Kyle Whittingham, they're such an influence in that area of the game. Phillips and Hackett give them the best special teams in all of America.
First down at 10 to the 25, and Booker running off first down. No, that's Travis Wilson. Some deception there. Wilson, second leading rusher on this team 1 year ago. 4-year starter. The first quarterback to start all 4 years in Utah history. So a 4-yard gain, second down and 6 at the 29. Empty backfield for Wilson. And Wilson wants to run it again. Wilson with space. And Wilson crosses the 40, gets up to the 42. Channing Stribling with the tackle. But Utah using their quarterback's legs to start this game.
Excellent play design. All the focus on Booker from this Michigan defense, and they empty the backfield out and let their athletic quarterback go and move the chains.
So it's a gain of 13. First down and 10 at the 42. Opening drive for the Utes. And Devontae Booker, the pistol back. And it's Wilson again. This time Michigan reads it perfectly, and they'll drop the 6'7" quarterback for a loss. Matt Godin and Channing Stribling combining on the tackle.
It just looked like there was some confusion in the backfield. Booker, number 23, was slow across the face of Wilson. I don't think they were on the same page there, and Michigan was able to blow that play up in the backfield. Harbaugh loves it.
Second down and 12 at the 40. Wilson. He'll drop it off in the flats. This is Booker. Booker down the sideline, cuts it back inside, still on his feet, and finally dragged down inside Michigan territory. He's terrific catching the ball out of the backfield. Wilson with the tackle after a 23-yard gain.
I love Booker out of the backfield as a receiver. It's his best trait. He's got great hands, and then the vision of a running back down the field to cut back. And there's the toughness, the will that he always runs with. Very tough for the first defender to bring Booker to the ground.
Caught 43 passes for 306 yards a year ago. First down and 10. Play fake. Near side. This ball caught. Moiai, the backup tight end. And he'll advance it and get close to the 30-yard line as Desmond Morgan brings him down.
And he's slow getting up.
Evan Moiai, 6'2", 235 senior from Provo.
Was a junior college transfer from Snow College.
So while he's down, we'll take a quick break. Opening drive for Utah. They're marching it down the field against the Wolverines. Bar in Ann Arbor, where the Wolverine faithful will be cheering on their team all night. And that is the student section here at Utah. They're one of the most rowdiest student sections in the Pac-12. Second down. They'll flare it out wide. Bubba Poole with space. Gets down the sideline and finally knocked out of bounds. Close to the 15 by Jared Wilson. That's a gain of 14. And what an opening drive for Utah.
I love what they're doing, using Devontae Booker as a decoy. The way they've gotten him the ball is either outside of the backfield or they've faked it to Booker, gotten it to the playmakers, including the quarterback Travis Wilson on the outside.
Devontae Booker has not run the ball yet. Here's Wilson, the quarterback. Young man from San Clemente, California. 6'7", 233. This time they give it to Booker, and he is gobbled up at the 20-yard line. Nicely done, Willie Henry, the senior from Cleveland, Ohio.
This defensive front seven for Jim Harbaugh, awfully physical. One of the only defenses a year ago that actually shut down Devontae Booker and this Utah run game for Kyle Whittingham. Held him to only 2.2 yards a rush in that game in the Big House.
Second down and 11 from the 20. And they'll hand it off straight ahead, and it's Devontae Booker But it has to be duly noted that when Michigan shut Booker down, he had not really claimed that starting running back spot after transferring from junior college.
He was slow getting in shape a little bit and slow to be as effective as he was at the end of the year. So Bubba Poole, who has now moved to wide receiver because of the emergence of Booker, started in that game. There you see the difference in Utah the rest of the season as opposed to that game in Ann Arbor a year ago.
3rd down 9 at the 18. Empty backfield for Wilson. Trips at the top of your screen. Here's Wilson. Worked on his accuracy in the offseason, and he put that one in a shoebox, but not enough for 1st down. Kenneth Scott, their senior captain and returning leading receiver, gained 6 on 3rd down and 9.
I love the tackle made by the corner here from Michigan. That's dribbling, and the ball was just a hair behind him. If that ball is put in front of Kenneth Scott, he may be able to reach for a 1st down, but this is an easy choice, even after a very solid drive, opening up the game for Utah. Andy Phillips, one of the best kickers in America, all Pac-12 a year ago.
They nicknamed him Mr. Automatic. He's 40 for 48 in his career from 30 yards away. And it's good. So the opening drive for Utah, and they'll get 3 points out of the deal. Coming up, we'll find out who will be the quarterback for the University of Maryland this season, 2-4. They beat Penn State to end a 3-game losing streak. Finished with a 3-5 conference record. And eventually were forced to fire Brady Hoke.
And the real undoing for this team was turnovers. 26 of them, led the Big Ten. They also had the fewest takeaways. Minus 16 turnover margin. That's something that Jim Harbaugh is going to have to fix right away.
So Utah will send it away back deep for the Wolverines. DeMonte Thomas and Jordan Lewis. 25 and 26. Andy Phillips to kick it away. Line drive kick. And a touchback. Michigan will start from the 25. So now we will find out the million-dollar question. Who is the starting quarterback for Michigan? And it's the graduate student from Iowa, Jake Rudock.
You could see this coming. Gus, 25 starts in his career at Iowa before transferring, has only thrown 18 interceptions in those games. I just talked to you about the turnover margin last year for the Wolverines. Jim Harbaugh is hoping that Jake Rudock can fix the problem.
Graduated from Iowa in May with a kinesiology degree. He turned the ball over 24 times and took 36 sacks in his 2 seasons. 1st and 10 of the 25, and they hand it off. Davion Smith runs into a wall. Johnny Paul, first man to him. So 3 things you need to know when the Wolverines have the rock.
Well, when we got the depth chart on Monday, there was a lot of ors on there. This player or that player, except for at tailback. Davion Smith was the unquestioned starter at tailback. I think that says a lot. This defense for Utah, led by Hunter Dimick and Jared Norris, very tough in the front 7.
2nd down and 9, the 26. Here's Rudock, first pass. And he'll hit Smith in the flats. He's still running. And finally knocked out of bounds at the 32 by Marcus Williams. 6-yard pickup.
And the last point on those 3 things is their kicking game is the exact opposite of Utah. A huge question mark. We have no idea who will run out for the first field goal or extra point for Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh, a winner everywhere he's coached. The University of San Diego, Stanford, the San Francisco 49ers, where he led them to the Super Bowl only to lose to his brother. Now back home at his alma mater. 3rd down 3 at the 32. Empty backfield for Rudock. With time, fires low, looks like a catch and a 1st down. Big Jake Butt, the junior, from Pickerington, Ohio, makes the catch.
Well, they've got about 6 tight ends listed, but when we talk to them about Jake Butt, number 88, their eyes lit up. They love his football ability, both as a blocker in the run game and the way he runs crisp routes. So on 3rd down, no surprise, he gets the first ball thrown at him, a completion, moving the chains.
6'6", 250, a Mackey Award candidate for the best tight end in the country. 1st and 10 at the 36. Now Ty Isaac comes in, offset eye, play fake, Rudock underneath and wrestled away. Intended for Butt. And that one broken up at the last moment by Tevin Carter.
Tevin Carter came down late from his strong safety position, right over the tight end. Rudock wasn't expecting that, almost got the interception.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 at the 36. They pitch it to Isaac, running near side with a lane. Isaac crosses the 40, gets up to the 41 as Johnny Paul makes the tackle. And there is a flag on the play.
Looked like there was some late shoving going on down the field.
After the play, unnecessary roughness, late hit, number 13 defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Gianni Paul, number 13, a senior, transferred from Miami. Excellent player with great instincts, but a bit too excited. He makes the play, and then as he's getting up, gives an extra shove in the back of Ty Isaac, the transfer from USC.
So that'll give Michigan a first down at the Utah 44, opening drive for the Wolverines. Ross Taylor Douglas comes in at running back.
False start, offense, number 52, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Mason Cole, the left tackle. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the 4 keys to the game.
Build Ford tough, win the turnover battle. It was a key in last year's game. Michigan lost that battle 4-1. They lost the game. In-game adjustments with a new coaching staff. Utah's going to have to figure out what Michigan is doing, and then in the 1st or 2nd series make the adjustments. They can't wait until halftime in this game.
1st and 15 at the 49.
Prior to the snap, first charge timeout, Michigan.
So Jim Harbaugh uses his first timeout. Little confusion now for the Wolverines. First game jitters. All white 1974 throwback uniforms tonight, and presumably all season on the road. According to Coach Harbaugh, it's what I remember the team wearing in 74 and 75. I like them. Harbaugh's dad, Jack, was a DB coach at Michigan under Bo in those days, and Jim had just turned 10 years old and was a regular fixture in the Michigan locker room. Right now his team faced with a first down and 15 at the 49. Davion Smith comes back in, diamond formation. Now they'll check out of it, offset eye. Smith hopping, hit in the backfield, keeps his legs churning, and he'll pick up a yard on the play. Paul with the tackle once again, and Jason Whittingham making first contact.
And it was actually 51. That's Fanaika that was in the backfield. Jason Fanaika is the strongest Utah youth, an 800-pound squat. Busted that power.
Rudock, oh, he threads the needle, puts that one on the money. First down, Wolverines at the 25-yard line. Jake Butt, the tight end, with the catch, and that's a gain of 24.
Boy, on every big play, they've looked a big number 88, haven't they? Some trust being built between the first-year Michigan quarterback Jake Rudock and his tight end.
And we had a chance to meet him when we watched practice in Ann Arbor.
Excellent player. Tremendous inline blocker in the run game, but again, those routes very clean, always open.
Rudock starts 3 of 4, 34 yards. Smith trying to break tackles and does. Forward lean. Now this is the kind of offense for Jim Harbaugh we saw it at Stanford. They're going to beat you up. Big tight ends, big offensive linemen, powerful running backs, and by the third or fourth quarter, they expect to break your will.
And they play with great tempo, even though that they huddle, and they do that through a sense of urgency out of the huddle and coming off the ball fast as an offensive line.
4-yard pickup on the last play. 2nd and 6 at the Utah 22, opening drive for Michigan. Here's Davion Smith, and he is swallowed up. Baniaika coming up with the tackle, and that'll be a 1-yard gain.
Every big play, they've gone to Jake Butt, number 88. Another big one here just outside of the red zone.
3rd down and 5. Grant Perry in the backfield for Michigan. Rudock out of the shotgun. Delivers and picked off. On the far side, Corey Butler-Bird. And Michigan turns the ball over on their opening drive. 5:48 to play, first quarter. First mistake of the season for the Wolverines. And the Utes will take it. Utah leading 3-0 here in the first quarter. Jake Rudock throwing the interception.
And they're talking about it right now. First of all, this is Grant Perry. He's a true freshman. He's really supposed to come all the way out into the flat because the corner clears out. But the true freshman hooks up. Rudock is expecting him to move into the green grass, and the ball goes in the wrong spot. Butler-Bird, the junior college transfer, comes up with the interception. It's important to know, even though one's a fifth-year senior and one's a true freshman, both of them playing in a brand new system, and they've had the exact same amount of time to learn it. So it's like two true freshmen trying to execute on the road.
So Utah starts from their own 14-yard line. Wilson throwing on 1st down, swings it out near side, and this is Bubba Poole. Nice running after the catch, and he's stopped by Desmond Morgan. A 6-yard gain.
And again, they're just continuing to use Booker as a decoy. Bubba Poole, the starting running back early last year and the leading rusher from the 2013 Utah team, but now has moved out a lot like Byron Marshall from Oregon. Remember, Royce Freeman came in. Marshall had to move out to wide receiver. That's what Poole's doing here in Salt Lake City.
2nd down and 4 at the 20. Poole in motion. Here's Booker, and Michigan bottles him up and takes him down. Godin makes the tackle for the Wolverines.
Nowhere to go against this very tough front seven of Michigan. This defensive line is the strength of this team. They'll rotate 2 deep. Ryan Glasgow, former walk-on, parents both doctors, very smart in there as a nose tackle.
3rd down and 3 at the 21. Booker, nothing. Terrific coverage by Michigan. Chris Wormley, the senior from Toledo, comes up and makes a stop.
And an experienced guy. He's played in 25 games. He's made 6 starts, and it's just effort. He crosses the face of number 52, that's Sam Tevy, a junior left tackle for Utah, and just beats him to the spot. Effort is such an important part of defense. Wormley gives the effort for a big 3rd down stop.
Brings on Tom Hackett, maybe the 2nd best player on this team, the Utah punter. Best in the Pac-12 1 year ago, won the Ray Guy Award. And Jabril Peppers, the young man from Paramus Catholic High School out of New Jersey, comes up and fields the punt. So Michigan will start with very good field position. Now our college football kickoff continues Saturday as Illinois State battles Iowa on Big Ten Network, followed by the return of Fox College football with Virginia taking on 13th ranked UCLA. Then on FS1, Dak Prescott leads Mississippi State against Southern Miss, and on Sunday Purdue squares off against Marshall. Your home for the best college football games and biggest matchups are Fox and Fox Sports 1.
Boy, you talk about an anticipated debut. We've got one here with Jim Harbaugh, but Josh Rosen, the true freshman, first ever true freshman to start for UCLA there on Saturday.
1st down and 10 at the 45. Isaac running left with the lane, stiff arms, tries to get around the corner. But a lot of red jerseys converging on him, led by Paul, the senior.
I love the pursuit of the Utah defense. Every time that the ball carrier is on the ground, you're going to see 4 or 5 red jerseys.
2nd and 10 at the 45. Empty backfield for Rudolph. Rudolph over the middle, and it's caught by guess who? The tight end, Jake Butt. He gained 6 yards on the play.
And Rudolph hung in there and took a shot. 55 sacks this Utah defense was able to get a year ago. That led the country, and Rudolph just got that ball away, making this a much more manageable 3rd down and 3rd and 4.
From the 49. Ross Taylor Douglas, the lone setback. Rudolph looks far side, puts it on the money for Butt, but it'll be short of the 1st down. That's because Justin Thomas came up and just chopped his legs out.
Justin Thomas, the nickelback, with just an excellent recognition play here. He sees the tight end out of the backfield, and then he takes off right away. He didn't wait for the ball to be in the air. This guy has a lot of experience. 12 starts in his first 2 seasons. 37 tackles a year ago. He's a junior. Only 5'8", but a heck of a player there in on nickel situations for Kyle Whittingham.
Another question answered right now. Blake O'Neill comes in to punt for Michigan. He's the Aussie rules punter from Melbourne, Australia. And end over end kick. Great special teams work by the Wolverines as they down it inside the 5. And that's DeMonte Thomas. A 43-yard punt. Now, last year for Utah, they won their first 3 games, finished 5-4 in conference play, and then went on to beat Colorado State in the Las Vegas Bowl. The Utah Utes 9 wins, finishing ranked 21st in the nation.
And the most important part of that bowl game and win was that Travis Wilson was the bowl game MVP. Gained a lot of confidence, played very good in the spring. We'll see how he does this fall.
And they'll hand it off to Booker. Booker knocked backwards. This Michigan defense, the front 7, very aggressive. Wormley once again. And they're getting great penetration against this Utah offensive line.
Excellent penetration. Wormley is 6'5", 303 pounds. The guy looks like a huge tight end. He doesn't look like a defensive lineman. He's using his speed, but what's confusing is that he's also mixing in the power to break up these plays in the backfield.
Booker has rushed 5 times, no yards. Now Wilson sprinting out of the pocket, delivers underneath, and incomplete. Dangerous play as McClellan lets it go right through his hands.
This is always the area of the field that as a quarterback I wanted to use a hard cadence and use on 2 or on 3 to try to gain a free 5 yards, to try to get out from the shadow of my own end zone. This is so difficult, in particular in 3rd and long, to be throwing the ball with your feet in your own end zone.
Utes need 11 yards from their own 2. Wilson. Fine time. Delivers and incomplete. 2 white jerseys in the vicinity. Kenneth Scott, the captain, the intended receiver, and the Utes will have to punt the ball deep in their own territory.
Well, it's a good thing they've got the best punter in America, the Ray Guide Award winner, Tom Hackett, because this is a tough punt. His heels will be at the back of the end zone. Very difficult for any punter.
Hackett, consensus All-America last year, preseason first team this season as well. Delivers, Peppers, signals for the fair catch, and has it at the Utah 41. A 40-yard punt. So Michigan will start inside Utah territory for their third drive of the game.
And in a game that you know is going to be a slug-it-out, hard-fought, low-scoring affair, the field position battle becomes so important. And early now in this game, in the first quarter, Michigan winning that battle. An excellent opportunity, starting a drive from plus territory at the 41-yard line. You know Kyle Whittingham hates seeing that.
One coach, when we asked him what this game would look like, he said it's going to be a knife fight in a dirty alley. First down and 10 at the 41. Davion Smith in the backfield. Rudock fires down the field. Wide open. Incomplete. He had his man. J.U. Chesson was open, but Rudock couldn't put it on him.
Chesson is a 10-3 100-meter guy, and he ran an excellent route. Fakes to the outside, right by the defensive back. Rudock has got to hit that one. Harbaugh knows he's got a chance. Just overthrows it. He is going with the wind. That's tough for a quarterback to throw with the wind down the field. It can easily start to sail on you, in particular in a first game setting when you got a lot of adrenaline running through.
Second down and 10 at the 41. Rudock now near side, has Darbo up the sideline, turns on the afterburners and gets out of bounds at the Utah 10. Jim Harbaugh, we asked him, how do you like your wide receivers? He says, I don't know. I hope they catch it.
How about number 9, Grant Perry, the true freshman? He makes up for that mistake earlier on the interception. He gets
of the first quarter. Well, Michigan gets to the line of scrimmage quickly. They want to run one more play. They give it to Smith. And Smith ridden down by Jared Norris. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter with the score. Utah 3, Michigan nothing, but the Wolverines are knocking on the door. By Geico, Salt Lake City, Utah. The Utes hosting the Michigan Wolverines as we start the second quarter.
This first quarter went about as good as Michigan could have hoped outside the one interception. Booker has been stopped by the front seven on defense. They've moved the ball offensively with Jake Rudock, the transfer from Iowa, but they turned it over once. Now knocking on the door. And even Jim Harbaugh's got to be wondering to himself, who am I going to give the ball to here? Everyone trying to learn what their identity is for the Michigan Wolverines.
Third down and 8 at the 11. Davion Smith in the backfield. Rudock, far side. It's caught, but not enough. Brian Cole tried to dip inside, and he gets dropped by Tevin Carter, the redshirt senior from L.A.
Now we'll find out who he's going to trot out there as the kicker.
Looks like it's going to be Kenny Allen.
Still a walk-on. He's also competing for the punter job, but he's a senior. Hasn't played yet. First career field goal attempt. Into the wind, Gus.
Coach Harbaugh told us that one of his main concerns going into this game was being able to make field goals. This one from 30 yards away. And it's good. The first points of the Harbaugh era. Trivia question, Kenny Allen level as we start the second quarter from Salt Lake City, and we are pleased to be joined by our rules analysts, Mike Pereira, Natalie Attired.
It's so good to be with you guys.
It's good to have you here.
Great.
Well, tell us something new.
Well, I think it's fun to watch this game. You've got a new referee and a new headlines with the first female, the only one to work in Division I or the Power 5 conferences. But even more important to me, the Pac-12 has gone to 8 officials.
Yes.
They were the last conference to do so. And Jim Warry that's Kat Conti, really, again, as I said, the only female that has worked in the Power 5 conferences. So 8 officials, better coverage, better pace of the game. I think it's a good thing for the Pac-12.
This is already a conference that likes to play very fast, Mike, as you know, so maybe even more snaps per game out west.
And Kenny Allen once again kicking this one deep into the Utah end zone. So the Utes will start from the 25. So far, Devontae Booker, 5 carries, no yards. Travis Wilson, 5 for 7, 51 yards. And he's rushed for 17 on 3 carries.
And the Utah staff talked about the adjustments being so important after a couple of series. Well, now we're going to see what they're going to do adjustment-wise offensively to try to get Booker going, because they're not going to win this game unless he's a big contributor on offense.
First down at 10 to the 25. Booker, stutter step, tried to hop, and he goes nowhere as Joe Bolden caught him in the air. Lewis in the vicinity as well for the Wolverines.
Bolden's so experienced, a captain for Michigan in Harbaugh's first season, comes in from his middle linebacker spot. And the adjustment for Utah was, we're going to try to go outside with Booker rather than in between the tackles. But the pursuit from Bolden got him all the way to the sidelines and in the air. Harbaugh loves it.
Second down and 11. Wilson to throw. Underneath, and it's caught for first down and more. They get to the 45. Britton Covey with the reception, and it's a gain of 20 yards.
The battle of the true freshmen. Excuse me, the highly recruited Jabril Peppers, who's a sophomore, and Britton Covey, who's a true freshman from Provo. They are very excited about Covey. Excellent quickness in the slot. First down.
Booker breaks through, still running, and he's dragged down at the 45. Delano Hill had to hop on and take a ride.
So tough to bring down because he just runs through arm tackles. I have not seen, I've done 3 Utah games, and Devontae Booker is yet to be tackled by an arm tackle. You got to bring multiple hats to the party, and you got to wrap him up sufficiently.
He gained over 800 yards after contact last season. Play action. Wilson in trouble. Steps up in the pocket, uses his legs, gets out of bounds at the 40. So he'll pick up 6 yards on the play.
At 6'7", you wouldn't think of him as a mobile guy, but he's absolutely resourceful with his feet, and he just shows it there on first down.
They actually give him 7. 2nd and 3. Booker trying to get the first down. He's pushed back. Should be a little short. Glasgow in on the tackle.
Jim Harding, the new offensive coordinator for Utah, was the offensive line coach a year ago. He's now the offensive line coach and the coordinator. He texted his offensive line all summer, 2.2. That was the yards per rush against Michigan a year ago. Michigan's front 7 still winning that battle.
3rd down and 1. Booker again. He'll get the first down. Great vision as he read the hole, bounced it outside, and got enough. Godin with the tackle.
These adjustments so critical, and we're starting to see continuing to be consistent in the run game, but Booker is finding a lot more space on the outside than he is between the tackles.
Wilson firing again. This time it's Tyrone Smith making the stop.
And he's one of the guys that Jim Harding, the offensive coordinator, told us about as a true freshman, being a guy that he doesn't know exactly how he's going to play when the lights turn on, but very excited about his talent. A tall, 6'4", 188-pound wide receiver.
Wilson again over the middle, and he's found a receiver once again. Faka Iloa Tonga, the tight end, with the catch.
And a great rhythm from Travis Wilson on this series.
Utah getting to the line of scrimmage quickly. Booker. Joe Bolden there defensively for the Wolverines.
You got the sense that without Booker getting going in the run game, it was going to have to be Travis Wilson. Whether it was with his feet or his arm, that was going to have to ignite this offense, and he's done it on this series.
2nd down and 6. Here's Wilson. He finds his man, close to a touchdown, and out of bounds at the 1 for Covey.
Boy, that's going to be awfully close, as he was spinning and potentially on top of Peppers as they rolled around. I don't know if he's actually, well, there is His butt actually hit just before he hit the pylon. Excellent work by the officiating crew. Marking him down at the 1-yard line, just inside the 1.
So the freshman with some big catches in the first half. First down and goal at the 1. This is the 11th play of the drive that started at the 25-yard line. Booker, the deep man. They give it to him. Touchdown, Utah.
Devontae Booker follows that pulling guard, Isaac Asiata, and then goes up and over the top. Wasn't really anywhere to go there, but he found a space for the touchdown.
So Andy Phillips comes on to attempt the extra point. And it's good. 11-play drive covering 75 yards for Utah. And the Utes ate up 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Devontae Booker hits pay dirt. And Coach Whittingham says, great job. 33 to go in the second quarter. Utah hits pay dirt 10-3 over Michigan.
What an excellent job by Jim Harding finding something that would work. We talked about in-game adjustments being important against a brand new coaching staff. And what do? They featured Travis Wilson on that drive, both running and throwing the ball. 11 plays. Booker takes it in. He had the 6 rushes, but just for 20 yards. It was Wilson, 2 of 4 passing on that drive. Not great, 50%, but 50 yards. Found a couple of big completions down the field.
Phillips sends it away and out of the end zone. Now let's go to Jenny Taft in Los Angeles for a Lowe's game.
Thanks, Gus. Early fourth quarter, South Carolina trailing North Carolina in Charlotte. Senior Sean Carson with the 48-yard run to give the Gamecocks their first lead of the game. They hold on to win 17-13 in the season opener. Gus, Joel, back to you.
I thought North Carolina was going to have a real chance in that game. South Carolina, though, the old ball coach pulling one out. That game taking place in Charlotte. The SEC gets a much-needed win after that bowl season a year ago. SEC West going 2-5. The Big Ten having such a good bowl season. Pac-12, a lot of momentum behind them. SEC needs some early wins in the non-conference.
First down and 10 at the 25 for the Wolverines. And a flag.
Snap infraction, 61 offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
And that's their starting center, Graham Glasgow.
Glasgow, whose brother is the starting nose tackle. Glasgow, very smart, intelligent guy, and he's going to need to handle all the calls in this intricate run game that Jim Harbaugh features everywhere he goes.
Third penalty called against the Wolverines for 15 yards. First down and 15. And they'll get it out quickly to Chesson. Chesson turns the corner and finally slung out of bounds by Reginald Porter.
I love what they did there. They just flipped it outside because they saw the pressure coming from Utah. Utah was rotating. A safety was coming to close the middle of the field, meaning one safety in the middle, and they're bringing a pressure off the offense's right. So they just stood up, threw that ball right into the pressure, and allowed Chesson to go one-on-one.
Chesson picking up 8 yards on the play. Second and 7. Davion Smith in the backfield. They give it to him right. Smith cuts it back inside, finds some running room. Jared Norris stands him up. But he gained 5 yards on the play.
Both defenses just so tough in the middle of those defenses. They're having to find elsewhere to go from an offensive perspective. Remember, Jake Butt, your tight end. He's been a favorite target of Rudock early.
Third down and 2. Rudock delivers and incomplete. That one thrown high. Intended for A.J. Williams, the senior from Cincinnati. Reginald Porter covering.
Thought Porter may have gotten away with some contact, but the ball was so high. They have ruled that Williams wasn't going to get to that anyways.
And Jim Harbaugh feels the way you feel, Joel. He's having some conversations on the sideline with the officials. So Blake O'Neill, 43 yards on his first punt. This one end over end. And fair caught at the 30. A 37-yard punt. But these fans here in Utah are fired up. They know they have a good team this year, and they're ready to show it against Michigan. Downstairs to Molly McGrath.
Thanks, Gus. When Michigan's defense was on the bench during that last drive, team captain linebacker Joe Bolton was calming the guys down, saying, take a deep breath, stick to what we know, and if you see number 87, you better get on him. The Michigan's defense not happy, and they know that they need a big stop here, guys.
That's Faka Iloatonga, the tight end, 87. And they'll run it on first down. Peppers makes a tackle on Devontae Booker, but you gotta be impressed with Travis Wilson's numbers so far. He's 9 of 11 for 101 yards. He's rushed the ball 4 times for 24, and he's hit 7 different receivers on 9 completions.
And that shows me experience and command. This is the first time that Travis Wilson will have had the same offense for 2 straight seasons, and you're seeing the product of that already here tonight.
Out of the shotgun, empty backfield for Wilson, near side, incomplete. Ball intended for Booker. And that brings up 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, they believe in him so much out of the backfield. As Dennis Erickson has said, he's got the best hands of any running back he's ever coached. But that ball just out in front of him a bit too far. And now out of their comfort zone on a 3rd and long. They went to Faka Iloatonga for their big completion on the last drive in this situation.
They need to go to the 40-yard line for a first down. Here's Wilson. Wants to run it. And Wilson gobbled up in the backfield as Michigan comes up with the sack. Desmond Morgan looks like he was the first man to him. Look for number 3.
You're going to get a blitz off the right side of the offense. It's 3 Morgan and Peppers on the outside. And when Peppers was coming on the outside, that's what forced Wilson back into the middle of the pocket. And Desmond Morgan, the senior from Holland, Michigan, was able to get him down. Big 3rd down stop there for the Wolverines.
So Tom Hackett sends it away. One of the best directional punters in college football. That one goes into the end zone. He knocked that one 70 yards. So coming up, the Utah defense back on the field, led by this man, Jared Norris.
Salt Lake City coming up on the State Farm halftime show. Highlights from around the country on this opening night, including number 16 Georgia Tech just throttling the opposition. Plus, the games this weekend that could set the tone for the remainder of the season. Gus Schultz, we'll see you at half.
All right, thank you very much, Rob. Michigan starts from their own 20-yard line. They tried to run the ball, 9 carries, 17 yards in the first half. Davion Smith in motion out of the backfield. And they'll hand it to the up back, Joe Carriage.
I love that play. Giving the ball to the fullback with no neck. Joe Carriage, a senior, formerly a walk-on, has earned the respect of his teammates to the point that he is a captain on this team. Wonderful story. Tore his ACL as a senior in high school. Chose to walk on at Michigan rather than going to Stanford to play for Harbaugh when he was a coach at Stanford, and ends up being a captain on Harbaugh's initial team in Ann Arbor.
From Traverse City, Michigan, 2nd and 5. And they'll give it to Smith. And Smith churning his legs. We'll get about 2.5 on the play.
Still not a lot of room in the middle of this defense. Michigan's defense has been tough. Utah's defense has been tough. These quarterbacks have been put time and time again in these 3rd down situations.
So 3rd down and 3 at the 27. Michigan 1 of 5 on 3rd down conversions. Davion Smith back in the game at running back. Rudock to throw it. To the sideline, caught, and a first down. That's big Jake Butt, who's had a very solid first half. He picks up the first down.
It just seems like when they go to Jake Butt, the tight end, he's the outside man. First of all, he runs great routes. I love how he delayed initially off the line of scrimmage. That allows the inside tight end to clear out the defense, and then he takes the voided space. Those are the precision routes that the coaching staff was talking about and why he's been so big so far on third down.
So far, 5 catches for 41 yards for Butt. Derek Green now checks in for Michigan at running back, number 27. And they'll run the hitch on the far side. Darboh gets down the sideline. Showed a quick first step. Amara Darboh, the senior, from West Des Moines, Iowa.
Probably their most experienced guy. He's made 7 starts. He's going against a first-time starter for Utah, junior college transfer from Compton, California, Corey Butler-Bird, who's only 5'10", and the taller 6'2" Darboh just stepped right over them for the first down.
So Michigan now at the 43. Rudock all day to throw it. Winds up down the sideline. Chesson is there. But once again, Rudock overthrows him. J.U. Chesson showing that sprinter speed, and he had a step on the Utah defensive back.
The protection was amazing. Rudock had all day to throw, and now it's twice in this game that he's missed Chesson down the field on big opportunities.
Look at the protection.
All day to throw.
Cole, Braden, Glasgow, Kalis, Magnuson, the offensive lineman for the Wolverines. 2nd and 10. Rudock again and intercepted. Marcus Williams, the 2nd interception of the first half for 5th-year man Jake Rudock.
Rudock threw it high again. This is high and behind his wide receiver who was open down the field. That's Grant Perry. 2nd time he's thrown an interception trying to get the ball to the very talented true freshman from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. Harbaugh's not going to like that. He had the completion on the play prior, but overthrew Chesson, and Perry was open on that play. But a poor throw ends up going the opposite direction.
2nd turnover of the game for Michigan. 1st down and 10 of the 49 for the Utes. Wilson, he'll wind up now. Up the sideline, incomplete.
They're going to get
Fakailo-Tonga, the intended receiver, and there is a flag on the play.
They're going to get the very talented defensive back, Jabril Peppers.
Pass interference. Defense number 5. 15-yard penalty. 1st down.
They tried to run the wheel route with their tight end, Fakailo-Tonga. Peppers was all over him. Excellent coverage, but then when the ball was in the air, he just continued the contact. And once that wide receiver has gained the same yardage as the defensive back or the ball is in the air, that contact is going to draw a flag.
So 1st down and 10 at the 36. Booker. And Booker chopped down. Peppers came up with the initial contact. Cleaned up by Chris Wormley.
Boy, Wormley's had a great night so far in the first half. Almost unblockable so far. The 6'5", 303-pound senior from Toledo. He's been all over the place. Devontae Booker has had no room so far in this ball game.
2nd down and 12 of the 38. Quarterback draw. Wilson, nothing doing. Michigan not biting on that play. Royce Jenkins Stone and James Ross read it perfectly.
Kenneth Scott, their best wide receiver. Number 2, the senior at the top of your screen. Also with the true freshman, Britton Covey, and the tight end, Fakailo-Tonga.
3rd down and 10 of the 36. Wilson, quarterback draw again, breaks a tackle, and he'll be downed at the 30, short of the 1st down. So a conservative call by the Utes offense.
You got that luxury as a play caller to go to a conservative call like the quarterback draw because of Andy Phillips. Their specialists are so dominant in the kicking game. The wind is at their back. Live to play another down, and Andy Phillips from this distance has been sensational during the course of his career.
Phillips, a Lou Groza Award semifinalist in 2014. This one from 48 yards away. He's already made a 30-yarder. And he'll push it wide. Michigan will take it. 3:29 to go, second quarter, 10-3. Kyle Whittingham, known for having excellent special teams. Now let's go to Los Angeles for a game break. That TCU football team last year just shocked the nation with their incredible play.
And it was really because of that talented quarterback, Trevon Boykin. Last year, I would have said that the best fit, quarterback system fit in the country was Marcus Mariota at Oregon. This year, that title falls on Trevon Boykin down there in Fort Worth for TCU.
Ironically, Boykin, a converted wide receiver, but he got 2 new coordinators at TCU last year, turned the entire offense around.
I think Coach
By
Harbaugh.
rule, the ball is placed at the previous spot. A field goal that is outside the 20-yard line and no good.
Mike P. Jim Harbaugh thinks he's still in the NFL, doesn't he?
Thought he was there. He said, this has got to go back to the spot of the kick. No, Harb. This is college football. It goes back to the previous spot.
First down and 10 at the 31. 3:29 to go for Michigan as they start. And they'll run it with Derek Green. And Green tackled in the backfield for a loss. Hunter Demick, as well as Fanuku coming up with the tackle.
As a quarterback, this is when you would love your running game to take a little pressure off of you. You've thrown 2 interceptions in the first half on the road. Lots of pressure. Jim Harbaugh's debut at Michigan, and they can't get the run game going. So Rudock is going to have to bail them out here as they're behind the chains.
He's 10 of 16 for 94 yards and 2 picks. Second and 11 at the 30. And this is Green. And Green trying to lean forward. Fanaika with the tackle.
Their success has either been to Jake Butt, the tight end, number 88, or throwing the quick bubble screens on the outside to their quick wide receivers and trying to get down the sidelines. In this 3rd and long, I would expect one of the 2 play calls here from Jim Harbaugh.
They need 9 yards. Davion Smith back in the backfield. And a timeout called by the Wolverines.
Second charge timeout, Michigan.
2:12 to play in the first half. Back to Salt Lake City right after this. To move the ball against Utah in the first half, but turnovers, similar to the game last year in Ann Arbor, have hurt them.
And they haven't been able to run the ball between the tackles, the staple for Jim Harbaugh everywhere he's been. Rudock now has thrown those 2 picks, big 3rd down.
3rd and 9. Here's Rudock out of the shotgun. Steps into his throw, flag on the play. Incomplete, intended for Grant Perry.
I think they're going to get an offsides here from Utah.
Offside, 50 defense, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, replay.
There's the defensive end at the top of your screen, clearly lined up in the neutral zone, and just a great break from Michigan. Would have been punting the ball away into the wind, but now a much more manageable 3rd down position here at 3rd and 4. This is when the tight end can become so much more of a weapon.
On 3rd and 4. From the 37. Rudock underneath, incomplete. A.J. Williams, the intended receiver, but it's broken up by Jared Norris.
This is the most basic play in the West Coast offense. It's called Y stick. The tight end is just on a quick 5-yard out, but Norris is way too experienced to have that elementary of a route beat him on a 3rd down and short. He plays it perfectly, doesn't show up until the ball does, and bats it away.
So Blake O'Neal punting for the 3rd time. That one driven deep, and Covey will pick it up inside his own 15, crosses the 25, gets up to the 28. So this Tuesday, the one and only Colin Cowherd makes his debut on Fox Sports 1. The most unique voice in sports is back on the air. The Herd with Colin Cowherd premieres Tuesday at noon Eastern, only on FS1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Smart sports talk. Finally, there's the man.
Been enjoying our couple of days here in Salt Lake, just talking about football with Colin Cowherd. He loves the sport. Can't wait for his show.
First down, Wilson throws it to Booker out of the backfield. And Booker gets close to the 35-yard line. Joe Bolden with the tackle.
You know, another element to that 3rd down stop gave Utah a lot of time here before the half, in particular with how well Travis Wilson plays in these situations. Remember, he took him down the field to beat USC.
Utah with 3 timeouts. 2nd and 4.
We're taking a lot of time on this snap.
1:20 and counting. Wilson hands it off. Booker again. Booker downed at the 35. Bolden and Willie Henry combining on the tackle.
I'm shocked here with a veteran quarterback that got it going on the previous series that they would be taking this much time and not allowing him to get the ball down the field. A couple of runs here to start it off now inside of a minute.
3rd and 2. Wilson. Nice toss out of the backfield. First down, Booker. Devontae Booker got up the field and gained 11, but some poise shown by Travis Wilson.
Yeah, when you're going to get to your 3rd or 4th option, you're always going to be off balance, and he still was able to get an accurate throw out there.
Wilson again. Near side, Tyrone Smith with the catch, and he's stopped at the 49. Jordan Lewis with the tackle 35 seconds to go. Utah uses its first timeout. They're Natalie attired. Matt Leinart. Somebody asked me a question. How does he keep his beard so short every day? How does he do it? It's magic.
It's perfect every single day.
Every day. 2nd down and 7 at the 49. Here's Wilson throwing off his back foot and incomplete.
Boy, Michigan has done an excellent job here in the first half, bottling up Devontae Booker. He's carried the ball 14 times for only 21 yards. They've also done a great job against Kenneth Scott, number 2, a senior, leading receiver a year ago. He's only had 1 catch for 6 yards. Those were the 2 guys that they had to stop in this game, and they've done so in the first half.
What about the quarterback play?
Well, he's been the only reason why they've moved the ball. Wilson's been spectacular for Utah. That's what Michigan's going to have to make an adjustment on at halftime.
3rd down and 7 at the 49. Here's Wilson with time now. Now he'll bounce it out of the pocket. Wilson throws on the run, and it's caught. Devontae Booker with the catch, but he'll be short of the first down.
I think the reason you're not seeing a lot of urgency out of Utah is because Michigan, outside of the 1 drive, has really dominated this first half, but the 2 interceptions, poor quarterback play from Michigan is the only thing that's really hurt them. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
And now timeout called by the Utes.
3rd and final timeout, Michigan. 30 seconds in duration.
Actually, the official pointed toward Utah, but they say it's a Michigan timeout.
Yeah, Harbaugh, I think, called that one from the sidelines. I thought that was a smart timeout. What you don't want to get sucked into is thinking this is a big short yardage situation, when in reality there's only 22 seconds left. Give them the first down. It doesn't really matter. What you don't want is to get sucked into safety thinking he's got to come up and make the stop, and all of a sudden a wide receiver is behind you. So a very smart timeout from the sidelines from Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh, first game as the head coach. He coached the 49ers from 2011 through 2014. Lost to the Giants in the NFC title game in 11. Lost to his brother John and the Ravens in the 2012 Super Bowl. 4th down and 1. Here's Wilson. Play fake. Wilson under pressure. Booker with the catch and the first down. He caught that one with one hand. Soft hands by Devontae Booker. And he's being featured more as a receiver in the first half, but a flag on the play.
Had to get him the ball somehow because he wasn't gaining a lot of yards. I don't think they think they picked that one up, put it in their pocket. So we're playing ball here.
17 seconds to go. First down. Here's Wilson. That one deflected at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. And Desmond Morgan looks like he got a hand on it.
And they've gotten just to the point that with the wind at their back, I think that Kyle Whittingham would most likely give Andy Phillips a shot. He's got a career long of 51 yards. He did it in 2013 against Arizona State.
2nd down and 10. Wilson looking for Booker once again. This time he can't hang on to it.
Morgan read that perfectly. When it comes to stopping the screen, recognition is everything. Desmond Morgan, the inside linebacker, perfect job anticipating where Booker was going, and he was there for a stop of no gain even if Booker would have caught that ball.
Andy Phillips warming up on the Utah sideline. 3rd and 10 at the 38. Here's Wilson. Sideline throw, and looks like that'll be an incomplete pass. Kenneth Scott made the catch, but just couldn't get a foot in bounds.
Unbelievable grab, but it was only topped by excellent coverage by Jordan Lewis, getting up there and his foot just out of bounds. But what concentration just to bring that football down anyways. Ever so close to an amazing completion down the sidelines. He's begging, but he's not going to get it.
So 4th down and 10. Here's Wilson. He may go for it. Takes his time, winds up in the end zone. And batted down, or is it picked off? Looks like this will go into the hands of the Wolverines. And will end the first half. Jeremy Clark with the interception. Michigan 119 total yards, Utah 179. And we head to halftime with the score. The Utes 10, the Wolverines 3. Coming up after a break, Rob Stone and the gang live from the field here in Salt Lake City. And welcome back to Salt Lake City. Fox Sports 1 college football presented by Geico. As we prepare for the second half, Utah leads Michigan 10-3. Welcome back to SLC. And Joel, very interesting first half.
Yes.
I'd like to get your thoughts.
Well, first of all, I know Utah is up 10-3. They got the 7-point lead, but more of the adjustments were taking place in the Utah locker room, not the Michigan locker room, because Michigan had things there, they just didn't hit them. They did their exactly what they had to do defensively, Gus, which was stop Devontae Booker. Only 21 rush yards, an average of 1.5, but it's been Wilson that was the key for them. They sparked that big scoring drive, 133 pass yards so far in this ball game and 26 on the ground. And it's been the mistakes from Michigan, exactly like last year. 2 Jake Rudock interceptions have killed promising drives for the Wolverines, and that's why Utah has the 7-point lead. Again, Michigan has things there. They just need to continue to go out there and do the exact same things they did in the first half. Utah has got to find a way to get Booker going.
All right, let's take a look at the first half stats.
Well, the rush yards is what sticks out because both of these programs want to hang their hat, their identity on running the football. Neither could do it with much success in the first half. So it's been on the quarterbacks, and Wilson has been the better quarterback so far. 2 turnovers for Michigan, really the difference in this game.
So Michigan deferred in the first half after winning the opening toss. They'll receive to start the second half. So Jake Rudock will get a quick opportunity as this second half of football begins. Andy Phillips sends it away. Peppers and Thomas are back deep. And this one out of the end zone again, so the Wolverines will start from the 25. Let's go downstairs to Molly McGrath.
Thanks, Gus. At the half, Kyle Whittingham was frustrated with Utah's run game, saying there's no room for Devontae Booker to run. He said he needs to keep throwing the ball more effectively. Their run blocking needs to improve, and he said they'll probably continue to use him as a receiver in the second half. As for Michigan, Jim Harbaugh was short and sweet. He said despite those interceptions, he's happy with Jake Rudock. Said he needs to execute better, but they won't be switching quarterbacks in this second half, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Molly. So Rudock comes onto the field for the first drive of the second half. As you take a look at his numbers, Davion Smith, the deep back out of the I formation, and they'll give it to him on first down, and he'll lose yardage on the play. That front seven, Joel, for Utah, just a terrific group. Fanaika coming up with the tackle.
They were fantastic a year ago. Everyone points to their sack numbers, Sack Lake City. But John Pease, their defensive coordinator, was talking to us all week about the fact that they don't want to hang their hat on getting to the quarterback as much as they do at being physical in the run game and forcing people to throw the ball. Their sack numbers will come if they force long yardage situations.
No gain on the play. Second down and 10 at the 25. Play fake. Rudock rolling out of the pocket. Dumps it off. A lot of running room here. And a first down for Ian Bunting, the 4th string tight end. He's a sophomore from Hinsdale, Illinois.
And they were glowing about him in the meeting. Said that they were reminded of Kobe Fleener when they first saw Bunting. He's just a young guy, probably a year away from being a dominant player in college football, but getting his feet wet here in the first game of the season.
And Jim Harbaugh has been really successful at developing college tight ends. One name in particular to go along with Fleener is Zach Ertz, sensational All-America receiver at Stanford at the tight end position. 12-yard gain. Here's the pitch. Smith cuts it back inside with a little bit of running room, and Davion Smith spinning and finally knocked down by Hunter Demick.
I love the vision here from Smith because the front side of the play is totally shut down, but he's able to freeze it right there, and he's going to see the lane going back to his right, and he finds positive yards. That's a mark of a quality back. When things aren't blocked right, are you still gaining yardage for your offense? And Smith did it on that first down play.
Played in all 12 games last year, but started just 2, led the team in rushing with 519 yards. 2nd and 3 at the 44. Play fake. Rudock steps up in the pocket, wants to run it, dives forward and picks up the first down. We didn't see that in the first half.
I love that he came out and was aggressive with his feet right when he didn't see it down the field. Rather than pat the ball a couple of times and force it down the field, Rudock moves the chains with his feet. I wouldn't be surprised to see his rhythm improve after he got a first down there running the ball.
So 4-yard gain on 2nd and 3, first down Michigan at their own 48-yard line. Drake Harris splits wide to the top of your screen. Ty Isaac in the game at running back. They'll give it to him. And Isaac pick up a couple of yards on the play. Running left.
Finally getting some movement. A good double team there from the center and the guard. Graham Glasgow and Ben Braden, number 61 and 71, opened up just ever so slight of a hole for Isaac. Watch him right there on the left side, and that was what allowed them to get those positive yards.
2nd down and 6 at the 48. Davion Smith back in. Play fake. Rolling out, Rudock with a jump pass, and it is caught by A.J. Williams for a 1-yard gain.
Now that's where, as a quarterback, you could actually pump the ball and try to get the defensive player up in the air and then continue on your rollout to get the ball to the wide receiver. He tried to just throw it right over him. Very difficult throw there.
That brings up 3rd down and 5 at the 47. Michigan 2 for 7 on 3rd down conversions. Rudock underneath and caught for 1st down. Darboh still running, and he'll be dragged down at the 30-yard line. Amara Darboh found a soft spot. Tevin Carter finally brings him in.
And Rudock actually had the double pump in the pocket. He wanted this ball to go to Grant Perry on the outside, but right there he knows he's got to bring it down, and with a Ute in his face, he's still able to get the completion and move the chains. That's an excellent job. You just got the feeling after that 1st down run, Gus, that his rhythm was going to improve, and it has.
Darboh rebounded nicely in 2014 after missing 2013 with a foot injury. 1st down and 10 at the 31. They'll get it out on the far side. Chesson. And Chesson using that speed. And he's stopped by Tevin Carter once again, but it's a 5-yard gain.
Boy, this looks like a Jim Harbaugh drive. You talk about identity. His teams, regardless of the level, 4 yards at a time, churning it out, being detailed, executing the system. That's what they've done on this series.
Rudock 4 for 4 on this drive. Opening drive of the 2nd half of the Wolverines. 2nd and 5 at the 26. He rolls out of the pocket again, sets up, looks backside, and incomplete. Devion Smith, the intended receiver, a dangerous throw by Jake Rudock.
And they were trying, it wasn't just a pure throwback with only one guy out there. That was actually a throwback screen. Watch the offensive line come off their blocks, and they're going all the way out there, and now they're trying to actually set up in front of Smith. And you're right, ill-advised on the throw from Rudock because the defense is already over there based on the play fake to start the play.
3rd down and 5 at the 26. 10th play of the drive that started at the Michigan 25-yard line. Rudock in the shotgun with Ty Isaac. He'll throw it underneath and caught by Darboh once again. 1st down, Michigan.
When you have a 3rd down slant route that you're trying to complete as a quarterback, you have to throw the ball low and in front of the wide receiver because you know it's going to be a tight space. Excellent throw. You're not looking for yards after the catch, and that's why Jim Harbaugh was so excited about the conversion.
Darboh now 4 catches, 63 yards. 1st down for the Wolverines at the Utah 19.
The previous ruling of a catch is under further review.
All right, Mike Pereira.
I'll tell you what you're going to look at here. Going to the ground, does the ball come out of his right hand? It's in his right hand, and when he hits the ground, the ball's going to slide. Watch it right here. The ball's going to slide, get to the ground.
And incomplete.
And incomplete. So to me, it looks like, remember now, ruled on the field as a catch. But I think it's a pretty good shot here that the ball does come out of his hand.
Looking for that indisputable video evidence, and they've got it on that play. You know, this is the first replay of the game, and the reason that they haven't stopped it at all, even on some close calls earlier, is, Mike, they've got a new technology element in the replay booth. Now they've got a big screen monitor with 4 cameras working all at once, so they're able to confirm calls much quicker.
Yeah, and I actually talked to the replay official at halftime, and I said, you did a great job of not stopping that early play at the goal line, and he said the same thing. The new technology has given him multiple looks, and they're able to make quicker decisions, which is great. So you've got Jim Northcott making a good decision to stop this one when he saw the first replay, and certainly that left it open to it being an incomplete pass.
I think that's why Jim Harbaugh was motioning to his offense to get up to the line of scrimmage. I think he wanted to get up there and snap the football.
After review, the pass hit the ground is ruled incomplete. It will be 4th down. Please reset the game clock to 10:03.
So Jim Harbaugh.
10:03, please.
He's going to have to rely on that kicking game, though. A suspect coming in, didn't have a starter. He's had 1 field goal already in this game. He sent out Kyle Allen. He's out again.
So Kenny Allen into attempt 1 from 44 yards away. He's been good from 30 in this game. No good. .9:58 to play, third quarter. Michigan coming up empty on their opening drive of the second half. Here come the Utes on offense. Jim Harbaugh's lips as he walks up the sideline. I should have gone for that. That was one of his concerns when we met with him yesterday.
His main concern was, were they going to be able to knock down kicks? And Kenny Allen misses there. Now 3 real crucial mistakes for Michigan. 2 interceptions and a missed field goal cost them at a minimum 9 points.
First down and 10. And they'll run it left. Devontae Booker. And Booker pick up 3 yards on the play. Does he have to make a transition as a coach coming from the NFL back to college?
It can be so automatic in the NFL. Ball crosses the 25-yard line. You just think to yourself, I've got 3. You don't think to yourself, what's my percentage here? Should I go for it? And right now the college game is such that the kicking game is just not as strong at this level. And so there is going to be an adjustment period, even though he's been at this level and been very successful before.
2nd and 7 to the 29. And they run the option, the pitch to Booker. He gets to the corner. Booker spinning, and Booker picks up a first down. And that's the amazing thing about Travis Wilson, his versatility. Here's a man that's 6'7" and can run the option.
And he did it out just perfection. The coaching point for a quarterback is attack the outside shoulder and force the pitch man right here to make a decision before you let go of the football. That's exactly what Wilson does. That's what makes the play successful for Booker in the end to move the chains.
Booker 16 carries, 34 yards and a touchdown. First down Utah. They give it to him. He stutter steps through the hole, gets it outside and runs out of real estate. Actually, this time it was Joe Williams, the junior college transfer, who snuck in there and gets his first carry of his Utah career.
And this guy is a track star. Won conference titles in high school in the 100 and 200, and you saw the speed there. A little burst. Junior college transfer as he runs out of a tackle and makes it a 2nd and short.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3 at the 46. And Wilson running now. First down and more. Big fella. Out of bounds, but a flag back at the 46-yard line.
I think they're going to get Kenneth Scott on a hold here on the outside, the wide receiver.
Holding. Offense number 87. 10-yard foul. 2nd down.
They actually get it on the tight end there.
That's Siale Fakailoatanga.
And he was actually on the opposite side of the formation and then came all the way over and got one of the seal blocks. So he's 87 at the top of your screen. Here he's going to come. He's blocking number 44. And he just holds on just a little too long. That's Delano Hill, a junior from Detroit that he was holding on to. But boy, what a great fake from Travis Wilson.
2nd and 5. Wilson. And he'll throw it into the flats. This ball caught by Bubba Poole. And Poole doesn't find a lot of room. Great pursuit as the safety. Jared Wilson comes up and makes a tackle.
Yeah, these hybrid athletic players are where defense is going. Watch Jabril Peppers elude the block of Kenny Scott. Right there. He just ducks right inside of him. And he allows the pursuit to come. Scott, not a bad effort. Tries to get at the outside leg. Does everything that a coach would tell him to do. But Peppers is just too athletic. Steps right around it.
3rd down and 3. Utah's been successful finding Booker out of the backfield. They give it to him this time, and he picks up the first down. Slicing through the hole, Devontae Booker.
But great blocks by Utes, 74, the right guard. Dielman, 68, the right tackle, opening up the hole. Utes got up to the second level beautifully.
And Wilson getting to the line of scrimmage, throwing it quickly. This time he finds his tight end, Fakailo Atanga. How many times did you practice these Samoan names?
Well, we were sitting there, and this is the one we both looked at each other and we said, he's about to have 10 catches tonight.
2nd and 6 at the 42. Play fake. Wilson deep in the pocket, fires over the middle, and caught. I tell you what, Britton Covey, the freshman from Provo, has been terrific.
They said he would provide a spark. Great protection, but I love that the true freshman was able to bend all the way back and catch that ball. What excellent concentration. Look at that, right in his fingertips to bring it in.
3 catches, 43 yards for the freshman. Wilson again sidesteps a defender, flag on the play. Joe Bolden with pressure on the quarterback.
Illegal formation. 4 men in the backfield, 5-yard penalty, replay.
This is one of those mistakes. You can just start counting them up all on your right side. Too many guys in the backfield, leaving that offensive lineman on the end uncovered as, in theory, an eligible receiver. Too many guys in the backfield. Those are the mistakes that can jump up and get you, in particular in the first game. But Kyle Whittingham, he told us mistakes are going to happen. Effort has to overcome mistakes.
4 penalties. 35 yards for Utah. Over the middle, caught again, and a first down for the Utes. They're going to their tight ends now. They found some success. This is an 18-yard gain.
I love what Wilson's able to do. He moves Desmond Morgan, number 3, right there with the pump, and creates the space for his wide receiver behind him. The eyes in the pump fake remove the linebacker and create the first down the field. Wilson has really been efficient tonight. I love what he's doing both with his legs and his mind. He's really beaten Michigan on this series with some excellent play from the quarterback position.
Harrison Handley, 3rd-string tight end, with the catch. And with 6:02 to go in the 3rd quarter, Wilson's numbers starting to really get better. 18 of 26, 172 yards, 4 of 4 on this drive.
And with Booker still under 3 yards per rush, this is really Wilson's game right now until Booker can get going. And this is what's going to start happening. The linebackers are starting to get picked apart in the passing game. I love the adjustment that Jim Harding, the offensive coordinator, has made at halftime. He's attacking the linebackers, and now the run game later in the game is going to start opening up. Utah, heck of a series. Their best of the night, up by 7.
The Utah, it's the Pac-12 versus the Big Ten, as Utah leads Michigan 10-3. Gus Johnson, Joel Klatt, Molly McGrath, Mike Pereira with you. Great drive here in the 3rd quarter for the Utes. 1st and 10 at the 14. And this is Wilson sprinting. Touchdown, Utah.
What a series from the senior quarterback, Travis Wilson.
So they'll bring in Andy Phillips to try to tack on the extra point, and he does. How about Travis Wilson? 4 for 4 on the drive, 39 yards, 2 carries, 22 yards, including this big-time 14-yard touchdown. Utah in the driver's seat now against the Wolverines. Touchdowns on a way to the MVP in the Las Vegas Bowl. Rushing scores a terrific touchdown here.
Well, we've seen him beat the Wolverines with a pump fake, and now he does it with a play fake. Watch as this motion, the play fake is going to take 3 Wolverines out of the play and open up this seam right down the middle of the field for Travis Wilson to take off and score a touchdown. Wilson has done a marvelous job. You talk about executing the details of your system. This guy's doing it to a T tonight.
17-3. Utes. And Michigan will not get a chance to return it. 5:49 to go in the third. Kyle Whittingham says, "We're no cupcakes, Michigan." They're up 17-3. Utah now. The calendar in the September issue of Popular Mechanics listed Michigan's game against Utah as a cupcake game. Needless to say, that got the attention of the Utes after realizing that the comment was a bit misplaced, especially considering Utah beat the Wolverines the year before on the road. The magazine sent a box of cupcakes as a peace offering, accompanied by a note that read, "To the Utah Utes football program, have a great season."
I just want to know which of the Utah players subscribes to Popular Mechanics magazine. That's what I want to know.
First down and 10 at the 25 for Michigan. Rudock rolls out of the pocket, throws on the move, and it's caught at the 30-yard line. And this is Darboh again with the reception. And he goes down hard.
And they've had some success getting Rudock out of the pocket here so far in the second half.
Tevin Carter has been all over the field tonight for Utah.
He's had a great night.
Darboh.
All that crushed up ground tires, that rubber that pops up right into your eyes.
2nd and 5 at the 30. And they hand it off to Smith. Trying to get outside, turns it back up, leans forward, and he should have a first down. Will be a couple of inches short.
Boy, I love his running style. Tough, hard nose. Carried about 4 or 5 Utes for a first down there. There's a player slow to get up. That's Reginald Porter, Jr. 5'11", 184. He's a corner.
And while they're taking a look at him, let's go into Los Angeles for a quick game break. All right, thank you very much. 4:52 to play here in the third quarter.
Watch out for those Wildcats.
You like them this year? Rich Rod, former coach of the University of Michigan.
Won the division a year ago. Wouldn't be surprised if they did it in back-to-back years with their quarterback back and a great defensive player, Scooby Wright.
3rd down and 1 at the 34. Quarterback straight ahead and a first down as Rudock dived over the pile and picked up the first.
These are the moments that Jim Harbaugh is going to forge an identity with this Michigan Wolverines program. It's not when everything is going well. It's when you're facing adversity. Down 17-3 on the road, hostile environment. Can you make first downs? Can you make great decisions as a quarterback? Can you execute the details of your system? That's the bread and butter of his programs. That's what he's going to be asking these kids to do right here.
First down at their own 36. Rudock gets outside. Squares his shoulders. Throws on the run, incomplete. He had a receiver, Grant Perry, but a flag on the play.
I think they're going to get linemen downfield here. Which can happen, those broken plays. Quarterback leaves the pocket.
Ineligible receiver down for penalties decline. 2nd down.
That's Ben Braden, the left guard, 6'6", 322. He moved from right tackle to this left guard spot. And this is a different rule, and this has been a rule that's been a source of contention in college football. Is this 3 yards rather than the NFL's version, which is 1 yard down the field? It's very difficult to officiate the 3-yard variety, but that one very clear with Braden down the field.
2nd and 10. And they'll stay on the ground with Smith. Smith gets to the 41. Pick up 5 yards on the play. Third down, 5 coming up at the 41 for the Wolverines.
They need this one. After the rhythm that Utah just established on offense, they need a conversion in a bad way.
4 of 10 on third down conversions this evening. Watch Chesson. He's the receiver at the top of your screen. He's been open for touchdowns twice tonight. Rudock. Near side and a catch by Darboh. First down, Wolverines. Darboh trapping that ball.
Darboh with a great route because the coverage was there. Brian Allen, he's 6'3", really lengthy corner, good coverage, but I love what Darboh did, and he got his chest all the way back to the quarterback. Great block in the backfield there by Joe Carriage, captain for this Michigan team. The fullback allowed Rudock the time to get the ball down the field for a conversion. That was a big play.
First down at the 46. They pitch it to Smith. He's got some blockers in front of him. And Smith turns a corner, breaks some tackles, and he'll lean forward and get to the Utah 39.
Tough running from Davion Smith. Boy, very similar to what we see out of Booker. Just a will to compete for extra yardage. Kyle Whittingham, knowing his defense, in for it here on a really quality series and a quality answer from the Michigan Wolverines. We talked about identity. This is a great identity builder for this offense.
Second down and 3 at the 39. Ty Isaac now in the game at tailback. They give it to him. Isaac lowers his shoulder and picks up a first down. But Michigan, they've been able to move the ball. They've gotten it close, but mistakes have really hurt them. Either interceptions or a missed field goal when they've had opportunities to put points on the board.
And they had that conversion that was overturned via replay. They thought they had the completion, but it was correctly overturned upstairs by the officials. So missed opportunities for the Wolverines. This could be a very different game. That's why this drive is so important to come away with the touchdown.
First down at the 35. Rudock over the middle, incomplete. They intended for Jake Butt.
He just couldn't wait long enough. Butt was trying to make a move down the field, but Gianni Paul, number 13, the linebacker on the left side of your screen, he gets a free run. Ty Isaac was late in pass protection, number 32, and Gianni Paul gets a free run at the quarterback. That's why Rudock could not hold the ball that extra beat to allow Butt to get open.
10th play of the drive that started at 25 for Michigan. Second and 10 at the Utah 35.
Michigan, 30.
And the Wolverines call a timeout. 1:25 to go, third quarter. Back after this. Utah. A minute and 25 to go. This is a series between these two universities that date back to 2002. Utah has won 2 of the 3 games, including 26-10 in Ann Arbor last season. For Michigan, they've never played Utah and Salt Lake City. In fact, in the 135-year history of the Wolverines program, they have never played a game until today in the state of Utah. Second and 10. Isaac, the deep man. Rudock, deep drop, throws. He's got a receiver. Incomplete again. Darboh broke open. And Rudock just can't find the touch.
Vilicini Faunuku forced him to throw it just a beat before he wanted to. Watch number 98 right there. Rudock sees him, and that's where he has to load up. Takes a huge hit in the pocket and lets it go just before he wanted to. And Darboh was never able to get back underneath that ball. The pressure from Utah wreaking havoc on the Wolverines as they're trying to get the ball down the field.
Reginald Porter, the left corner. Looks like he may be cramping up a bit. His backup is Brian Allen, a junior from Lamarck, Texas.
And Brian in that normal rotation, so they don't lose much. Reginald is 5'11", 184. Brian Allen actually 6'3", a little bit more length, 200 pounds. Brian Allen was a receiver his red shirt and freshman seasons, red shirt freshman season before switching over to cornerback. But an NFL philosophy would be attack the new guy. See if Jim Harbaugh does that on this third down. Brian Allen in the corner on your bottom of your screen.
3rd and 10. Rudock flushed out, and Rudock out of bounds, hit late. A costly mistake by the Utes. Johnny Paul decked him. He was clearly out of bounds, and right now he's going to get an earful from his head coach, Paul, a captain. Made a similar mistake last year.
Unnecessary roughness late out of bounds, 13 of the defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
It's close to the out of bounds. I thought he was lucky that Paul didn't get called for going high. Now that his arms kind of stopped at the shoulder, but he was moving upwards. This is earlier in the game. Paul got up first snap of the game. Ty Isaac, first snap of the second series. He got that penalty. Remember, in the college game, 2 unsportsmanlikes, and you're ejected. He did not get called on the earlier one for unsportsmanlike conduct.
So Michigan keeps their drive alive. 1st and 10 at the 19. Rudock. Can he make him pay? Yes, he can! Touchdown, Wolverines! Jake Butt!
What a catch! Triple coverage. Rudock threaded the needle, and Jake Butt. As good of a catch from a tight end as you'll see. Unreal ability in the end zone. What a series for the Wolverines.
Extra point is good. So with 46 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, Michigan scores its first touchdown under Jim Harbaugh, but more importantly, they're right back in this game. And from a suburb of Columbus, wanted to go to Ohio State, was recruited by Jim Tressel, but when Urban Meyer got there, they didn't want him anymore, so he came to Michigan. The Wolverines gain because he's playing some serious ball this evening. 19-yard touchdown catch, 12-play, 75-yard drive. They score in 5:03.
And they took advantage of that late hit on the sidelines. Extended the drive. They were able to put it in the end zone. What a catch.
Allen sending it away. He's driven it deep the entire game and continues to do so in this second half. Let's take another look at the catch.
When he threw this ball, Rudock, I immediately thought to myself, where is he throwing? There was 3 Utah players in the vicinity, but Jake Butt with amazing concentration. That's as good as you'll see from a tight end, maybe even from a wide receiver. That's unreal. What a catch. What a catch, young man.
Jim Harbaugh saying about Jake, I think he is as good of a prospect as any that we've coached at the college level. 1st down and 10 at the 25. Let's see if this energizes the Michigan defense now. Wilson drops it off in the flats. Booker. And he gets out of bounds after an 8-yard gain. Joe Bolden pushes him out of play.
This set and these motions are wreaking havoc. They're spreading out with 4 wide receivers, and then they're bringing in the wide receiver to fake the ball. It's creating havoc in the back end. You see the linebackers crossing, and then they're releasing Booker into the flat with huge amounts of space. Excellent design from Jim Harding, the offensive coordinator.
They give him 9, 2nd and 1. And a 1st down gain by Utah as Booker Picks it up, and Devontae is the kind of tailback that he just leans on you, leans on you, leans on you. Then in the third or fourth quarter, all of a sudden you look up and he's got 115 yards rushing.
Well, he's got 45 now, 2.5 per carry. But Devontae Booker and Utah, they got a 7-point lead. I got a feeling we're going to see a lot of 23 in the fourth quarter.
Sports 1 college football presented by Geico. Start of the fourth quarter, folks. Utah leading the Wolverines 17-10. As you take a look at the scoring by quarters.
Utah's used to this style of games. 7 games last year decided by 6 points or less. 2 wins in double overtime, both on the road. Big win against USC here last series by Travis Wilson. No stranger to close games.
First down, Wilson wants to run it. And he fumbled it. Fumbled it forward, covered up though by, it looks like the Utes have it. And they will hold on.
Boy, Tyrone Smith, the true freshman, was just like right place, right time. Ball definitely coming loose before Wilson's knee hits the ground. And Smith is right there. What did Kyle Whittingham tell us? Effort overcomes mistakes. We saw one right there.
2nd and 6 at the 41. No turnovers for the Utes. Here's Wilson. Actually, 1 turnover for the Utes. Wilson running. Throws laterally. Finds his receiver. Covey and a first down. Wow. 19-yard gain as Wilson makes chicken salad.
What I love about it is his awareness, because he realized after such a broken play that he was likely going to have offensive linemen downfield, which he was. 52 Sam Tebby had taken off, so he threw the ball backwards so that would not be a foul, and they could gain positive yardage. What a heads-up play from Wilson.
Wilson again over the middle and incomplete. Good idea. Kenneth Scott just couldn't hold on.
Jordan Lewis undercut that route and he almost picked it off. Scott almost caught the deflection there, but Jordan Lewis has done a heck of a job on Kenneth Scott. Kenneth Scott, 48 catches for over 500 yards a year ago, and a real key for them offensively, but Lewis has done a marvelous job on him all night.
2nd and 10 at the 41. Here's Booker. Hurst and Henry bringing him down.
It's front 7 being tested. You got a chance here. Boy, this feels like potentially 4-down territory, just outside of the reach for Andy Phillips, the kicker.
Wilson underneath, caught short of the first down. And that's Harrison Handley, who's in for Evan Moyahi, who injured himself in the first half. So let's see if you're right, Joel Klatt. Is this 4-down territory?
Yeah, quarterback's on the field. Kyle Whittingham going to try to convert here. He's got one of the best running backs in America, right behind Travis Wilson.
4th down and 1. Devontae Booker, the pistol back. They give it to him. Does he get there? He just drove his legs through the hole and picked up the first down.
Bit of a second effort style of run, because Maurice Hurst, 73, the nose guard, got some penetration. It was in the backfield, but he sealed off, and then Booker finds that little crease and gets skinny. All great running backs have an ability to find the tight space in short yardage situations.
First down to the Michigan 30. Wilson to Booker again. This time he's ambushed in the backfield for a loss. Nice job by James Ross coming up with the tackle.
The senior from Orchard Lake, experienced guy, 18 starts at linebacker, 241 pounds. Talked earlier about the #1 key for the defenders in a screen pass situation like the last one is recognition. Ross recognized it right away.
2nd and 14 at the 34. And they'll swing it out to the freshman again, Colby, but this time they find him and knock him down. Jabril Peppers. All over that play.
Peppers so athletic. Here's Peppers lined up over the slot receiver, and earlier he was unblockable because of his athleticism, and he does it again. He swims inside of the block by the tight end, Fakailo Atonga. Harbaugh loving it. Peppers, that was a huge play, creating a long 3rd down situation.
They said that when he was at Paramus Catholic, he was a man among boys, where he's looking like a man with men right now. 3rd and 17 at the 37. Wilson over the middle, caught, and that's Kevin Scott. And he'll bring up 4th down.
You know, that doesn't look like a very special play, but it was. Gaining those yards makes this decision so much easier for Kyle Whittingham. That's what a veteran quarterback does. Just gets you the extra few yards, knows he's not going to get the conversion, but you get the field goal attempt out of it.
So in to attempt a 46-yard field goal. Andy Phillips, good from 30. He missed a 48-yarder. And he hooked it. Wow, Phillips, Mr. Reliable, misses 2. Jim Harbaugh fist pounding on the Michigan sideline. Remember, his nickname as a player was Captain Comeback. Utah, Michigan scores a touchdown, a missed field goal by one of the best place kickers in all of college football. He's missed 2 of 3. And now Michigan takes over with 10:03 to go, down 7 at their own 29. Davion Smith in the backfield. You get the feeling that one of these Michigan backs is going to break one. And they'll swing it out, Darboh. And Darboh out of bounds at the 45.
And again, the true freshman with a great block. He's going to come all the way out and get the outside leg of Brian Allen in the corner. Remember, Grant Perry, just a true freshman, but that's an excellent block. Gets his wide receiver down the sidelines for a 1st down. I love the aggressiveness of the young player. That's some toughness right there. Unselfish play.
Gain of 16 yards. 1st down Michigan at the 45. And he'll hand it off. And Davion Smith sliding through the hole to gain 7.
Both offenses. Utah with Booker, now Michigan with Davion Smith. Continuing to pound away with that run game inside the tackles. There was nothing going on for about 2.5 quarters. But now what we're starting to see is those seams ever so slightly have gotten wider and wider as both defenses has tired. Smith gaining a lot of yardage here late.
Smith, 14 carries, 44 yards. 2nd and 3 at the 48. They give it to him again. And this time he goes nowhere. Lotulelei with the tackle.
He missed the cut here. Once he gets up into the line of scrimmage, to his left, he's got a huge seam right there. If he's able to get back to his left, he's going to have a lot of yardage.
So 3rd down and 3 at the 48. Student section. Bouncing. Ty Isaac in the game at running back. Motioned out of the backfield. Rudock. And intercepted to the end zone. Justin Thomas, touchdown Utah. And that might be the end of the night for Jake Rudock. 3 interceptions. This one taken to the house by Justin Thomas. Utah up 24-10. With a spectacular interception return for the touchdown.
Just textbook man-to-man coverage, inside leverage, and then when the receiver stops to break off his route, eyes go into the backfield, and then he starts to run his route for him. And as the wide receiver Grant Perry just drifts out of his route, Justin Thomas beats him to the spot, and it's an easy 6 points. What a play for Justin Thomas, the nickelback with 12 starts in his career.
Jabril Peppers and DeMonte Thomas back deep for Michigan as Andy Phillips prepares to send it away. And they'll bring this one out of the end zone. Peppers. Out of bounds at the 40. Terrific return for Michigan. Jake Rudock will stay in the game. Let's take a look at the Nissan Heisman watch.
Yeah, our first Nissan Heisman watch of 2015. You got to start with Ezekiel Elliott. What he did in those last 3 games, just absolutely amazing en route to a national championship. Trevon Boykin, super talented. Leonard Fournette, maybe the most talented running back that we've got all around. Scooby Wright is probably the most disruptive player in America. And Nick Chubb, what he did last year in Athens was just remarkable after Todd Gurley was injured and suspended early. Chubb has been amazing.
First down and 10 at the 36. And this is Smith running. And speaking of Ezekiel Elliott, the star running back on the national champion Ohio State Buckeyes, we were in the meeting with Coach Whittingham yesterday, and I said he used to coach for a man who's pretty popular in Columbus now. And I asked him, I said, playing Michigan, did you get a chance to talk to a man in Columbus? He said, I talked to him yesterday. We asked him, well, what did you guys talk about, you and Urban Meyer? He said, I can't tell you that, but just let you know, we talk all the time.
We asked him, do you know who's the starting quarterback? And he looked at us and he smiled and he said, yes.
For Ohio State.
For Ohio State, that's right.
J.T. Barrett recently named captain of that Ohio State team by his teammates.
Of course, Cardell Jones dealing with those migraines, is at the hospital and has been cleared and okayed. So hopefully he's well enough to play in their game Monday night against Virginia Tech.
3rd down and 7 at the 39. Rudock underneath, first down Michigan. And that is Mr. Reliable, Jake Butt with the catch. A 17-yard gain.
Lots of space there. Gianni Paul, the linebacker, was actually walked up right onto the line of scrimmage over the tackle, and he didn't get out into his zone fast enough. Jake Butt there with a clean route. Once again, he is Mr. Reliable, just as you've said.
7 catches, 77 yards for Big Jake. First down and 10. Here's Rudock to throw it. Steps up in the pocket. Wants to run. Breaks a tackle, and he'll slide down at the 40. A flag on the play. On the far side.
We're going to have an offsides.
Offside. It's number 49 in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Replay.
Hunter Dimick, 10 sacks a year ago. Real leader of this team, 6'3", 270. One of the stars of this defense, just a little too eager there on the hard count from Jake Rudock.
First down and 5. Ty Isaac in at running back for Michigan. Rudock checks down, finds Isaac, and he'll get out of bounds at the 35. Interesting about Rudock, he threw 5 interceptions all of last year for Iowa. He's got 3 today.
When we talked with the Utah coaches, they said when they had conversations with the people at Iowa, the one thing that was the constant was his reliability, efficiency, and decision making. And with the 3 interceptions, that's been the the difference in this 14-point game.
2nd and 2 at the 36. Michigan, though, still fighting. 6:12 to go. Quick strike to the far side. Darboh cuts it inside, dives forward looking for the first down, and he's a tad short. Tell you what, though, I am liking the receivers for Michigan. Darboh, Chesson, Butt at tight end. Grant Harry looks very solid as well.
They've been open. Been unable to hit him on a few big opportunities deep.
3rd down and 1. And I don't know if they got it.
I don't think they did. Far linesman, Cat Conti, coming in. That's a 4th down. Rudock slips. His left foot slipped out. I don't even know if he got the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. He may not have been totally down after he slipped.
Timeout, Michigan. 5:13 to play. 24-10, Utah. The 4th quarter. And Utah with a 24-10 lead. But if Michigan is unable to come back and win this game, they will head into film study the next time they meet and see all the great opportunities.
Yeah. It was, and it wasn't just the 3 interceptions. They had those opportunities down the field that were missed. 2 to Chesson. He was wide open. In a lot of quarterback rooms that I was a part of, Gus, they talked about, missing a deep ball that could be a touchdown isn't quite a turnover, but it's close. But it's close.
4th down and 1, so the Wolverines will go for it. Davion Smith in the backfield. Joe Carriage as well. He's the up back. Jim Harbaugh slow to look. Smith, and he won't get it. Wow. We told you that this Utah defense was vicious, stifling, courageous, and mean, and they've shown it tonight.
First, you have to get excellent push from your defensive line and win the line of scrimmage. They do that. The sophomore, the freshman All-American from a year ago, number 93, Lolo Tulele, he wins and allows Gianni Paul, number 13, a free run at the running back. Lolo Tulele is, of course, Starr's younger brother, and he opens up the floodgates for all the second-level players for the Utah Utes. What a huge 4th down stop late in the 4th quarter.
So with 5:08 to go, Travis Wilson, who's played an excellent football game tonight, has the ball at his own 35, and they'll give it to Booker. There he goes, Devontae Booker. He'll pick up 16 yards. Some feel that he could be a 1st-round pick once he comes out of school at the end of this season because of his versatility.
And this is
they
where,
say he has great balance.
Yeah, and when you couple power with balance, you get yards after contact. That's what he's known for in this conference. And then it's very rare that you get a powerful back that can catch it out of the backfield. What he's done out of the backfield tonight, 2nd leading receiver, leading as far as number of catches was 7, 55 yards.
Rushed for 1,500 yards a season ago. Booker again, making people miss. Now the Utes moving the ball in no rush.
This is where it also pays to have that senior quarterback. He understands how to milk the clock. 4-minute offense. No one has to be in a hurry. You don't have to get in a physical huddle. You just have to mull around. And Travis Wilson knows he doesn't want to get the offensive line up to the line of scrimmage before about 15 on the play clock. They're at 14 now, and now he gets them up to the line of scrimmage. Textbook 4-minute offense from the quarterback.
2nd and 6. Wilson running. And he'll cover the football up with 3:39 and counting after this game. For Utah, they'll play Utah State. Then they'll be at Fresno State and then open up conference play at Oregon. For Michigan, Oregon State next week in Ann Arbor, followed by UNLV and BYU, and then they'll open up conference play at Maryland, a team they lost to last year.
And 2-score game, 3rd and 3. Michigan with only 1 timeout. They move the chains here, Gus, and this would be about it.
3rd down and 3 at the 42. Devontae Booker, the deep man. And it's Wilson running, looking for the first down, and no, Peppers. Terrific open field tackle by Jabril Peppers.
He's impossible to block. How many times have we seen him get off the block of the wide receiver and make a tackle in the backfield? Number 8, Bubba Poole, was trying to block him, but then the speed to close. Man, he's athletic.
So Michigan calls their final timeout. In the meantime, let's check in with the studio in Los Angeles.
Thanks, Gus. Well, Minnesota held number 2 TCU's high-flying offense to only 10 points at half, but Javon Boykin getting it going with the 19-yard touchdown run. Minnesota has since answered. It's now 17-10 in the 3rd quarter. Gus?
All right, Jenny, thank you very much. 4th down now. And the Utes will punt it away. It's Tom Hackett, Aussie-style kicker, angles it, and it goes out of the end zone for a touchback.
Boy, that did not look like it was in the end zone, and it wasn't. That definitely went out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Mike Pereira, that is not a reviewable play, however, so even if it was not correctly called on the field.
That's correct, because an airborne kick that goes out of bounds airborne cannot be reviewed. The only time you can review it is if it hits on the sideline. And this obviously didn't, so even though it looks like it might have been in the field to play, it is not reviewable.
Hackett, a very confident punter. He was asked how many times he could punt a football from the 50 and stop it inside the 5. He replied 10 out of 10 easily. Not that time. Over the middle. And this ball caught by Grant Parry.
Got to operate with a ton of urgency here. 2 scores inside of 3 minutes. This is as fast as you can possibly go as an offense.
Second down after the 6-yard gain. Rudock over the middle, and it's caught by Chesson. Chesson picking up the first down.
No timeouts. Everything's got to be handled from the field. Got to be ready to get right on the ball anytime that it doesn't go out of bounds.
First down. Rudock underneath, and it's caught. Jake Butt again. What a game this man has had.
He's been sensational. Always open. Reliable with his hands. Rudock clearly trusting him.
8 catches, 93 yards. First and 10. Rudock over the middle and incomplete. Darbo, the intended receiver, just couldn't hold on.
I think he heard the footsteps there. Gianni Paul, number 13, was right there coming from his linebacker spot. That could have been an ugly collision in the middle of the field, but Rudock looking better on this series. Sometimes that 2-minute style of offense, that hurry-up offense, can get you free and uncluttered as a quarterback because you're just out there trying to cut it loose.
Second and 10 at the 49. Rudock slings it out of play. Jake Rudock awarded the starter's job for the opener in Jim Harbaugh's debut at Michigan. Efficient at Iowa, but he starts his Michigan career on a sour note, throwing 3 interceptions. 24-40, 234, a touchdown and 3 picks.
You know, they're gonna get the ball down the field. You're trying to score a touchdown here with still over a minute left in a 2-score game.
Rudock wanting to run it, trying to get out of bounds, and he does at the 45 of Utah with 1:30 remaining.
But it brings up a 4th down. Didn't get the 1st down, but they get a chance to huddle up. Here's your ball game. It's got to go to Jake Butt. He's been the most reliable offensive weapon for Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan Wolverines. Number 88 has had 8 grabs for 93 yards, the lone touchdown. If I'm Jake Rudock, this ball's going to one spot.
Here's Rudock to throw it. And this time it's Grant Perry underneath with the catch. A 10-yard gain and a 1st down for the Wolverines.
Boy, good throw there from Rudock. Accurate across the middle of the field. Grant Perry secures it for the 1st down.
From the 35. Winding up. Oh, beautiful throw. At the 10-yard line, Grant Perry again.
This is exactly what you want. 1:08 left. A scoring threat. Excellent drive here from Michigan. All with no timeouts.
Rudock looking in the end zone. Touchdown! Darboh hauling it in, and Michigan with 54 seconds remaining in regulation, refusing to quit. Darboh, 8 catches, 101 yards, and a touchdown.
Everybody's coming. It's an all-out blitz from Utah, and Rudock hangs in there, and he allows his wide receiver to win in the man-on-man coverage on the outside. Finds the open hole for a touchdown. Good route by Darboh. Even better hesitation from the quarterback, Jake Rudock.
Kenny Allen, extra point is good. 24-17, 54 seconds remaining in regulation. Jim Harbaugh refusing to allow his boys to quit. What's coming now, Joe Platt?
Well, they did exactly what they were trying to do, as the Michigan faithful have a little bit of life left in this game. The objective is to score at around a minute. Always onside kick, no timeout. Here we go. This is it. Ball game on the foot of your kicker.
Coach Harbaugh organizing.
You know, the difficult part, Gus, is they didn't even know who was going to do the regular kickoffs, much less the onside kicking.
So the hands team in for Utah. You see Devontae Booker in there, Covey, as well as Tyrone Smith. Let's see who will handle the onside kick, and it looks like it will be Kenny Allen. And how does Allen want to kick this ball, Joel?
You want it low across the ground, and then that big high hop over the first line of the Utah return unit. You got a couple of guys down there to try to take out the first line, and then you get your big guys out there to go for the jump ball. Jake Butt, that tight end, he's a low man on your screen.
Here we go. And a whistle prior to the kick. Timeout called by the Utes.
Utah, 30 seconds in duration.
Boy, they were bailed out there because Kenny Allen hit a rocket that was going to go out of bounds before his players could even get in position to catch that jump ball. Let me show you what I was talking about. Kenny Allen, the kicker, he just hit it too hard. That was more of a line drive. That's why all the Utah players are like, hey, let it go. That's going out of bounds. No one from Michigan even close. So Allen bailed out there. Is going to get a second try at this thing. He also wants to hit it on a tighter angle. He hit it so it was going out of bounds about 15 yards down the field. You want to hit it right at that 10-yard line.
You want to compress the golf ball?
That's right. There's a 5-iron hooded around a tree right here.
Here's Allen. Little softer this time. Takes the bounce. And a flag.
Kickoff out of bounds, 5 yards from the spot where it went out of bounds. First down.
So Utah defending nicely.
He hit that one too hard as well. No one had to touch that. Utah didn't have to recover it. Kyle Whittingham going to survive here. A late charge from the Wolverines. What a game it was. A lot of moxie from both sides coming down the stretch.
Michigan out of timeouts. Utah takes a knee. And let's take a look at the Dr. Pepper play of the game.
Well, that's a one-score game. Let's look at that deciding score. It's the starting nickelback, Justin Thomas. The pick six down the sidelines. What a break on the ball. Biggest play of the game for the junior from Orange, Texas.
Kyle Whittingham, former linebacker at BYU. He's been undefeated 2008, 13-0, 9 wins last year, and he hands Jim Harbaugh his first loss as the head coach at Michigan. 24-17, Utah defeats Michigan here in Salt Lake City. Fox Sports Live starts now.